When working with word problems that involve right triangles, it is important to know what some of the terminology means. And some of the stuff they could say in the question are line of sight, angle of elevation, angle of depression, and angle of inclination. Whenever those pop up, you should know what they mean. Not every question will have these in there, but if they do, it's a good idea to know what they mean. So let's look at our question. To estimate the height of a mountain above a level plane, the angle of elevation to the top of the mountain is measured to be 32 degrees. 1,000 feet closer to the mountain along the plane, it is found that the angle of elevation is 35 degrees. Estimate the height of the mountain. So right here it says angle of elevation, and that just means from where you are on the ground looking up to the top of something, in this case the top of the mountain. So knowing all this information, it's easiest to figure it out by drawing a triangle to, visualize what's going on. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to start off with my triangle. And we're assuming it is a right triangle, of course. And I know that from here to here, the angle is 32 degrees. But it also says that if I were to walk 1,000 feet closer, the angle of elevation changes to 35 degrees. So if I was standing right here and looking up at the top of the mountain, this would be 35 degrees. The only thing else I know is that this is 1,000 feet from here to here. So we have 1,000 feet difference. I don't know what this is, and I need to find the height of the mountain here, h. So how do you do it? Well, knowing that this is my angle measurement I'm looking at from here, I have a height, and I also have the distance, somewhat the distance, running along here. So if I'm looking at this, I have an opposite and I have an adjacent. Well, when I think opposite and adjacent, I think tangent. So I'm thinking tangent of 32 degrees here is equal to the opposite, which is the height, over the adjacent, which is this entire distance here. Now I don't know what this distance is. It's unknown, but I know it's 1,000 plus an unknown, so I can say 1,000 plus x. Because this distance here to here is unknown. Now, it's not going to be able to solve for a height because I have two unknowns, height and x. So what can I do? I got to go with what else I know, which is right here. I do know that tangent of this, of 35, is just going to be the height over x. So I can even say tangent of 35 is equal to h over x. And with this, I can actually solve for h by multiplying the x over. So I'm going to get x tangent 35 equals h. Now I know what h is. I can plug it into my first equation, and then I would only have one unknown to solve for. So that's what I'm going to do. Tangent of 32 equals x tangent 35 over 1,000 plus x. Now from here, it's just going to be straight algebra to solve for x. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear the fraction and multiply the 1,000 plus x over, and I'm going to get tangent of 32 times 1,000 plus x equals x tangent 35. Now I'm going to distribute the tangent 32 over, so I'm going to have 1,000 tangent 32 plus x tangent 32 equals x tangent 35. Now I'm going to get all the x's to one side, so I'm going to subtract this over here. So I'm going to end up with 1000 tangent 32 equals x tangent 35 minus x tangent 32. And now that I have all the x's to one side, I'm actually going to factor an x out. So 1000 tangent 32 equals x tangent 35 minus tangent 32. And then divide that over to get x by itself. And I'm going to get 1000 tangent 32 over tangent 35 minus tangent 32 equals x. And when I plug this into my calculator and make sure it's in degree mode, I'm going to end up with 8,294.1916. I'm going to go 4 decimals just to be sure. Now that's x. That's well and good. That would mean that's what that distance is. But it doesn't really help me find h. That's not what I need. But I do know, way back up here, h is equal to x times tangent 35. So I know x, I can plug it in, run it through the calculator, and then I'll get h. So let's do that. So 8,294.1916 tangent 35 equals h. Plug it into the calculator, and I will get to the nearest whole number, 5,808 feet is the height. So the height of this mountain, 5,808 feet.